You are watching Xirtus.
This simulation is a field of information, and that field of information is designed to keep us within the field of information. But beyond it, I mean, it's only a fraction of infinite reality. Beyond it is the knowledge that's available to everyone. You know, when people break through the prison walls, if you like, the perceptual prison walls of the simulation, and they start accessing what I would call infinite reality, they start to perceive the same things. Why? Because they're tapping into the same knowledge.
Right. The
knowledge that's kept out of this reality as best they can.
Right.
And so all of us can become, I don't know, channels, communicators, whatever you want to call it, of that knowledge. Because if you tap into it and you bring it into this reality and then express it outwards, you're breaking down the prison walls of the matrix from within.
Right.
You're dismantling it from within by infusing into it a level of knowledge that it doesn't want the population to have. And that's what we call awakening. You know, so we're doing this this interview now, and it will get a certain audience. But it's going into the ether, it's going into the field. What I'm saying, what you're saying is going into the field, and therefore it becomes available in the field for someone else to pick up. So they might go, do you know, I'm having another look at this. I'm having another think about, you know, what is this world? And they won't relate it to you, and they won't relate it to anything but their own thoughts, but they're tapping into something. And this is why when people say, oh, what can I do? They think, well, just keep speaking your truth.
Right.
Speak your truth. Don't be intimidated into being quiet just because people say unpleasant things about you. They're only unpleasant if you receive them as unpleasant. If you don't, they're not. You know, I mean, oh, that David Icke's this, he's that. Yeah, oh, thanks for sharing that. Nice day. Couldn't care less.
Yeah, well, you know, you were saying earlier, you kind of spoke to these secret societies. It seems like, generally speaking, there's a shared symbol set. So you can look at the OTO, you can look at, you know, the Golden Dawn, all these different groups. Well, those are European occultists, but like across the board, no culture owns the geometry, right? So people can have an insight into something. Like earlier, I was bringing up Alice Bailey and the Lucis Trust. It's like if you have a direct insight, no particular group owns that thing that's being pointed to. You know, it's like that Zen idea where the master points at the moon and everyone looks at his finger. You know, you're like, no, he's telling you, no, look at the moon. Like, don't look at my finger. Like, that's, I think that there's something to be said for the way that the symbol sets are all kind of like pointing at the same thing. And then also, like, I wouldn't argue that necessarily like the Hierophantic task needs to be nefarious. Like, I'm somebody who believes that like Stanley Kubrick was kind of like conspiring against other conspirators. You know, like what is your intention of why you're using symbolism?
Revealing.
Yeah, somebody could be using symbolism to kind of enshroud or to mislead and be deceptive. Well, someone could use symbolism to encourage an insight so people can have that aha moment and kind of break out of their conditioning.
This is an important area because the language of the subconscious is symbolism. The subconscious thinks in symbols. That's why we have symbolic dreams. We rarely have literal dreams. We have symbolic dreams. We're going into the areas of subconscious, and they speak to us in symbolism. And so the symbols, like everything in this reality, have a frequency. That's why they put symbols all around us. That's why you see the pyramid and all-seeing eye in endless animations for children.
Right.
It's because it's having an effect on the subconscious. Now, the subconscious is the access point overwhelmingly for perceptual control. 95%, it's reckoned, of human behavior and response comes from the subconscious, not the conscious mind. You know, you can have something in the subconscious mind that relates to maybe something that's happened to you in the past, or what we call the past, and then you'll have an incident in your life or an exchange in your life where you'll react to the person, and people will go, "Whoa, it's a bit over the top, isn't it?"
Yeah.
But you're not reacting to that person. That
Mhm.
person has triggered something in the subconscious, and the subconscious has reacted on the basis of why that's in the subconscious, a previous experience, not the person who's the trigger. And that's why people can be really over the top in situations like that.
Right.
So it's the subconscious, and that's what they're trying to get into. And one massive access point to the subconscious is symbolism. That's why they put them everywhere. They are, I don't know if you've ever seen this phenomenon called cymatics.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. For people who haven't, you put like particles on a plate, like a
Mugwort. Mhm.
and then you play a sound. And the particles, without anyone doing anything, move into a formation that is being created by the sound. And this is another interesting point. The higher the frequency, the more extensive and comprehensive and complex are the symbols that are formed from that sound.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying. If you're kept in a low vibrational state, you have a certain ability to process information. But when you expand your awareness into high vibrational states, that's when the real information is awaiting you. The information that gives you an insight into this reality. It's because the higher the frequency, the more information it can carry. It can be there to access. And so these, you take the sound, and you see the formation of the symbol from the sound. And I've seen, I put them in some of my books. I've seen like a liquid medium, and I've seen sounds pounded into that liquid medium, and the constant changing of the symbols in the liquid medium on the basis of the sound that changes another symbol. And one of the symbols, or two of the symbols, absolutely blatant, created from the sound change, is what we call the hexagram and the hexagon.
Yeah.
So it's not that sound, or not only that sound creates the symbol, it's that symbol generates the sound. And the sound is frequency, and it affects you. And that's why they're putting them all over, all around. And they're doing it subliminally. I mean, what is a subliminal advert? A subliminal advertisement is putting something in there that the conscious mind, 95% of the time, won't see.
Right.
The unconscious mind, the subconscious mind absorbs everything. So it's getting access. And I'll tell you why it's so important to take this information and to put it into the conscious world. It's because of the impact that has. I used a subliminal image in one of my books to make this point. It was 4 plants, 4 flowers, and just 4 flowers. And I said that there's a subliminal image in this, which 95% of people don't see. And most people don't see it. It's just 4 flowers. And then you point out where the subliminal image is. And between the flowers in the space between the flowers, it clearly said the word sex. Clear.
Yeah.
This is the point. Every time you go back to that image, the subliminal part of it is the first thing you see. It's
Right.
clear as day.
You can't
Because-
unsee it. Yeah.
Because it's been taken out of the subconscious and put into the conscious. So they can't manipulate you with that subliminal anymore because you can bloody see it. And what's been happening, you know, over these 6 years now of what I've been doing is you're taking stuff out of the unconscious where all the manipulation's going on, and you're presenting it to the conscious mind. And now people, once that happens, people can start to see it.
Right.
Oh my God. And that's the importance of not bowing to abuse and not bowing to ridicule, but just boom, 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 keep on, keep on, keep on, because you're having an effect, even though it might not seem like it sometimes.